The Switch has quietly become home to some of gaming's biggest adventures. After spending some hours exploring these vast worlds, I want to share 10 RPGs that create something special on this portable console. These aren't just ports or watered-down versions. They're complete worlds you can carry in your pocket. Echoes of Wisdom does this thing where it just lets you lose in its world. No annoying tutorials or hand-holding, you just start exploring. What really grabbed me was how natural everything feels. You climb mountains because they're there, you dive into caves because they look interesting, and you solve puzzles because you want to, not because the game is forcing you to. Every discovery feels earned, and that makes them more meaningful. The world reacts to your choices in subtle ways, and sometimes you'll stumble upon something amazing just by following your curiosity. It's the kind of game that respects your intelligence and rewards your sense of adventure. The Witcher 3 on Switch isn't the prettiest version out there, and yeah, the graphics took a hit, but being able to play this massive game wherever you want makes up for it. The stories you find aren't your typical fantasy fare, they're complex tales about people dealing with difficult situations. Sometimes you're helping a village with a monster problem, only to discover the real monster is human greed or prejudice. Other times you're trying to solve a mystery and there's no clear right answer. The game doesn't judge your choices, it just shows you the consequences. The ability to play this on the go means you can chip away at these rich storylines whenever you have time. Dark Souls Remastered is one of those games that has this reputation for being super hard. But that's not really the whole story. The world of Lordran is this interconnected maze where finding a shortcut feels as rewarding as beating a boss. What makes it special is how it treats you like an adult. It doesn't explain everything, letting you piece things together yourself. The combat is challenging but fair, and every victory feels earned. Playing on Switch adds another layer to the experience. You can tackle that tough boss during your commute, or explore a new area while relaxing in bed. The portable nature of the Switch makes the game more approachable, letting you progress at your own pace. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is set in this wild world where people only live for 10 years. But it's not just about the short lifespan, it's about what people do with the time they have. The environments are massive, and somehow they manage to make them run pretty well on the Switch. The combat system keeps evolving throughout the game, adding new layers of strategy as you progress. What really stands out is how the game handles its themes. It tackles heavy subjects like mortality and purpose, but it does it through characters that feel real. The story unfolds naturally as you explore, with each discovery adding to your understanding of this fascinating world. Shin Megami Tensei 5 drops you into a destroyed version of Tokyo and just lets you deal with it. The demon negotiation system is what makes it unique. You're basically having conversations with monsters, trying to convince them to join your team. These talks can go in any direction. Sometimes they'll ask for your stuff, sometimes they'll just leave after a chat, and sometimes they'll attack you because they didn't like your joke. The game creates this atmosphere where every encounter feels unpredictable. The decisions you make actually matter, shaping not just the story, but the kind of world you're fighting for. It's a game that respects your choices and their consequences. Hey, quick pause here. If you're enjoying this look at some of Switch's finest games, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments which of these games you've played or are excited to try. Now, let's continue with our lineup. Dragon's Dogma does something really unique with its pawn system. You create this AI companion that can go help other players in their games, and they come back with knowledge about quests and enemies. It's like having a friend who's played the game giving you hints. Except it's your own character doing the helping. The combat feels great too. Climbing up a Cyclops to stab it in the eye never gets old. What makes it special is how organic everything feels. You're not just following quest markers, you're actually exploring this dangerous world. Nighttime brings out stronger monsters, making every journey feel like an adventure. Immortals Fenyx Rising takes Greek mythology and just has fun with it. Zeus and Prometheus narrate your journey like two guys watching a movie, making jokes and arguing about how things really happened. The puzzles are clever without being frustrating, and the world is packed with stuff to do. What's cool is how it balances serious mythological elements with lighthearted humor. You can go from solving an intense combat puzzle to listening to Zeus make dad jokes about Prometheus. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, which is refreshing for an open-world game. The abilities you gain let you approach challenges in different ways. Hogwarts Legacy on Switch isn't going to win any beauty contests. The graphics are pretty scaled back, and yeah, there are some performance issues, but if you can look past that, there's still something special about having the whole Harry Potter world in your pocket. Creating your own character and experiencing life as a Hogwarts student hits different. Learning spells, exploring the castle, finding secret passages is the kind of game fans have wanted for years.
Is this some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
Skyrim is like that friend who never gets old to hang out with. Every time I start a new game, I end up doing completely different things. Maybe this time I'll focus on becoming a master thief, or maybe I'll join the Dark Brotherhood and become an assassin. The game just lets you be who you want to be, and somehow it still works great on the Switch. The freedom to approach situations however you want makes each playthrough feel fresh.
Fellows happened along just in time. These boys...
Fantasian Neo Dimension is really interesting because of how they made it. All the backgrounds are actual physical dioramas that were photographed. It's like playing through this miniature world that someone crafted by hand. The battle system puts a creative spin on turn-based combat, though the controls can feel a bit awkward on Switch sometimes. They added voice acting to this version, which changes the feel of some scenes. The story unfolds at its own pace, and while it might not revolutionize the genre, it shows how JRPGs can try new things while keeping what makes them special. Hey, let me know what you think about these games. Maybe you've played some and have a different take, or maybe something here caught your eye. Drop a comment, let's chat about it. See you in the next one.